Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Gege Yakatami's got to go because he's giving me fucking depression, bruv. Alright, let's just start things off nice and simple. Beautiful color spread, Gege. I love it. Very nicely parallels the one with Yuka in front. It's very nice to look at. I'm glad you gave us something nice in this chapter. I'll be honest, there's a nice little bonus page at the beginning, which is kind of similar to Yuka and Tsurugi's one, but I ain't got a clue what it's talking about. I can't decipher it. I don't know. It's talking about like RTA, real-time attack, and then T, Dabura needs to get changed. I don't know. Read it yourself. I can't comprehend whatever this is. Some literary genius beyond me. Anyway, we start the chapter with Miyaguni-san? Yeah, Miyaguni, who's the kind of woman grade 1 sorcerer on the council who just sort of, you know, laughs everything off and isn't all that serious. Basically explaining that her only option right now is to send Yuka into that fight, but it's been a couple months and her condition has got a hell of a lot worse. Because, you know, as if 6 months wasn't bad enough, Gege was like, no, that's not tragic enough. Let's make the cancer killer quicker. Bro, she looking in the mirror? She looks terrible. She looks like the one bitch from The Ring, bro. She does not look good. God help her. But yeah, they're like, do you know what? None of our, like, Earth military armies are gonna do anything against Dabura. No nuclear weapons are gonna be moving in because no one wants to be the second country to nuke Japan. Yeah, basically ever since the whole cursed energy reveal, the world just wants to leave Japan alone and let them get on with it. This is their problem. They're completely isolated because, you know, isolation in strength and all that. Nice. Which means Yuka is like literally our only option. Yuji, bruv, I'm gonna need you to step in and do something here because like this isn't fair, bro. I need you to just fuck shit up and just get Dabura off this planet. Now, I'm sorry, like their demands are too much, bro. The whole like stop executing cursed spirits thing. That I'm sorry, but like the Samurians, they need to go. They need to go. Then I get them out, bro. Okay, I've taken that a little bit far. We get this nice little flashback. I actually really like this flashback of Cross and Maru in this chapter, and the reason being, we kind of see a little role swap. It seems like Maru is actually the hot-headed warrior, fast to action kind of guy, and Cross is the more, you know, reserved and chill sort of dude, the more voice of reason type person. In the story so far, you would think it's the other way around. You would think Maru is the voice of reason and Cross is the kind of irrational, hot-headed, hot-tempered, fast to action sort of guy, but it seems that back on Samuria that just wasn't the case, because they're basically there as kids discussing their father's death, and Maru realizes that this rock that his father gave his life to protect wasn't actually Maru at all. It was just a normal rock, and he was furious about this. Like, Dad, what the hell? You were meant to be a warrior of Lemuria and you gave your life up for this like normal ass rock. What you playing at, bruv? And to spare Cross the, you know, anguish of finding out that it was all for nothing, he smashed the rock on the floor, which I really like because Cross seems very chill, and you can tell Maru is like genuinely angry, like he's furious. He seems like a really hurt and traumatized and angry kid. I wasn't expecting, to be honest, and then I guess it makes sense because when you look back to that fight with Jura, which we see again in this chapter, Maru is the one to like get on his feet and try and jump in and save Dura from Dabura, and Cross is the one to hold him down with this kind of pleading look on his face, this almost apologetic look on his face, as Maru just looks like genuinely angry. And he sees his dad in a little flashback panel being like, he was stubborn too, he died because of his obsession with Maru. Sorry, Josh, cut this out, bro. I've got such an itchy nose. Bloody hell. But yeah, Maru's then kind of talking about how he was alone in his obsession with his duties as a Lemurian warrior, which warriors are basically sorcerers. Again, I really like the introduction of this isolation and being alone idea into Modulo as well, like carrying it over from Jujutsu Kaisen. The fact that Maru was the one initially to have this very heavy sense of responsibility and duty about being the warrior, and he was kind of upset that his father was stubborn and died because of his obsession with Maru, and that his own obsession with being a warrior and his duties led to Cross being hurt as well. So I really like the fact that we get that comparison, because in the main series, what we've seen so far, Maru's the chill guy and Cross is the not chill guy. But now Maru is alone, right? Like, Cross has been critically injured. Maru is alone and he's sat back in real time now, thinking about how he just wants to talk to him again. He wants to apologize for hurting him because he was too focused on his duties. And then in comes Tsurugi to just basically, well, he basically just tells Maru to get the fuck off his planet, to be honest. But initially, it seems like he has good intentions. He just doesn't buy the whole Lemurian story. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand how their social structure, like, kind of feels it lags behind their own modern Earth structure, and how the Lemurians seem to be oppressed by the Diskuntans, and how they ended up with the giant, you know, space traveling spaceship that let them leave their planet and come here, even in the short time they had. And he realizes that the only way they got here is probably because of a single individual's curse technique. But he's wrong. It wasn't a single individual's curse technique. It was Maru and Cross's curse technique, which we don't know yet. But myself and Shiny, who actually gave me the idea, think that their curse technique is probably called modulo. Now, if you know anything about maths, you'll know that a modulo is a thing. I'm not explaining it. Not even going to try. I don't understand how it relates to the technique, but like it suggested in the first chapter, it does seem to be able to like detect things or like draw things together. I don't know. It was so weird because they were able to find where Tsurugi was in chapter 1, and now Maru knows. He's basically saying that he can tell where different things are, so they use the technique to literally locate Earth and like build the ship with their weird Maru enhancing thing and take them to Earth. That's the only reason they managed to make it here, is because of their curse technique, which we still don't know what it does. Like, Maru's just reaching out and freezing the old man in place, but somehow it's about drawing things together. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe they're drawing the atoms together. Maybe that's it, because like when you bloody like condense all the atoms in a liquid, it would freeze, right? That's how freezing works. It's like pressure, I guess. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Just explain it, Gege. There's like 12 chapters left of this series. Explain it. Please don't leave it for the last chapter. Anyway, Maru sat there. He's just kind of sulking. He's like, my brother's cooked. I won't even get to apologize. Oh, it's just so finished. It's not gonna work. It all went to shit. The whole thing with the Kallians, like just everything went so wrong. He's basically the reader. He's basically sat there. He's like the reader in this situation. He sat there going, everything's gone to shit. And Tsurugi's like, right, I don't give a fuck about all that. Get off my planet. Let me go save my sister, because that's what big brothers do. Isn't that right, Chozo? Hell yeah, Chozo would fucking love this guy. But seriously though, I'm really upset that Maru and Tsurugi are having a falling out. We don't need this right now. I do really like that Maru has picked up his brother's sword though. I find that very interesting. Before everything escalates, Maru explains that, unfortunately, it's over for Yuka. Tsurugi tries to suggest there's a chance by saying sorcerers don't hesitate to use binding vows that sacrifice their life, a bit like Yuta did at the end of JJK 0, but Maru is like, against Dabura, bro, that ain't gonna help you. This supports my theory. I'm not gonna lie, the idea of giving your life in order to win the fight. Where have we seen that before? Megami. Oh, sorry. Had a bum stuck in my throat. But yeah, Maru's like, nah, that ain't gonna be enough, bruv. It's not happening. And we see Yuka walking out to get on this plane, which is... she just looks so tragically ill. She looks so, like, sick, but not in the cool way, like, sick in the kind of way. Tsurugi's a little bit too chill with this, I'm not gonna lie, until the final panel, where he locks in, and he literally tells Maru to get the fuck out of his way in this amazing double spread, where he draws his flame sword, and Maru draws his brother's sword, and they both start fighting each other, and there's no turning back now, according to the editor's note, and we see Yura's plane, not Yura, what the hell, and we see Yuka's plane take off in the sky to go fight Dabura. I don't know why she's getting on a plane. Why are we flying there? Like, where is this fight happening? I don't get it. I don't know why she's on a plane. One thing I do want to point out, though, is below the panel of the plane, there's this archway, all right? This kind of, like, underground little series of tunnels. And if you look right down the bottom of the archway, there's this little black figure. I don't know if that's a person or what, but like, it looks like there's a dude standing in the shadow at the end of the archway, and I don't think anyone's noticed it yet, but I'm just saying, it looks like there's a dude there. And this is Tokyo that we're seeing right now. Like, this isn't where Tsurugi and Maru are. This is a different shot. I'm pretty sure, like, this is a different location. We're seeing just an archway in Tokyo, and there's a figure standing at the end, like at the end of the tunnel. I'm explaining this horrifically terribly. Hopefully Josh will show you something that will explain it, but I think it's Yuji. Basically, I think it's Yuji. That's what I'm trying to say in this really long-winded explanation. Yeah, my favorite page. Oh my god. Don't leave those in. My favorite page this chapter is the one where Maru is talking about loneliness and isolation and how he's alone again. And he basically thinks to himself, what if we just kept going like this and never reach anywhere and ended up as dust in this dark and vast universe? And it is literally just a full page of pitch black with the Nalnok spaceship like drifting away as a tiny little speck of white. And it's just such a great representation of, you know, Maru's loneliness and how basically how he feels right now as well. But it just looks so cool. I don't know. I really love that page. It's a great chapter. The dynamic between Maru and Cross, even just in the flashbacks, the dynamic between Tsurugi and Maru on his own and the whole isolation thing, Yuka and Tsurugi, how Tsurugi feels about Yuka being sick and how he feels guilty about not noticing it, and how this whole thing with Yuka's going to go down, potentially suggesting that she's going to, you know, try and give her life to win the fight. It's looking really interesting. I'm not going to lie. It's great, but Gege, something needs to happen. Like now. Enough edging, enough of this shit. Just bring back Yuji, Just have Yuka summon Maharage. Just have Dabura go all out. Make a statement saying he's stronger than Gojo and Sukuna combined just to throw the fandom into a crazy fucking frenzy. I don't care. Just do something. Do something. I'm loving it, but do something, because there's not long left. I know there's only like 12 chapters left. People don't know this, but this is a short serialization. It was confirmed as a 3-volume, 6-month thing, bro. There's like 12 chapters left. Please, hurry it up, bro. We want to see some fucking hype moments on Aura already. Anyway, that's enough yap for me this week. I am sorry if this video has been a mess. I'm really sick at the moment. Tune in next week, I guess. It's going to be pretty dope. All right, peace.